my god. Flick was like, what? What will I receive in return? And Artie was like, excitement. Now sit down. Too good. The banter is too good. Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far, and welcome to my first weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday and I picked up a new book this morning, and I decided why not film this whole week of reading, see how many books I can get through, and also share with you my thoughts and my feelings, what I think about them and everything, and make it into a fun reading vlog. And yeah, I really enjoyed doing that with my Empire of the Vampire, and then when I talked to you a little bit about the new couple in 5B, and like, I just want to talk about the books while I'm reading them, because I think a lot of details, sometimes you read a book and you think, ooh, I want to mention that, and then I forget to take a note of it. And then the day when I talk about this book in my wrap up, I forget about it and I never mention it. So yeah, I think this would be a fun idea. And of course, a lot of booktubers are doing it. And I think it's a fun idea to just share with you my day-to-day life and also my readings for the week. So yeah, the book that I just finished yesterday, The Undertaking of Hart and Mercy. This was not on my May TBR. I always do that. Because I totally forgot that the special edition book, the second special edition by Fairyloot, will go on sale next Monday. So I thought I have to read this because I need to know if I'm going to buy the second book or not. And I finished it yesterday and I loved it so much. This is an adult fantasy romance, but the romance was like in the backdrop, I think. I mean, we are in a fantastical world, but I don't know. It was so unique, because if you take the fantasy elements, you will still have this heartfelt, heartwarming romance between Hart and Mercy. I loved it so much. I loved how they were from hate to love and how they despised each other, and it was so hilarious. I love the side characters. Oh my god, I was laughing out loud. I kid you not. This is so hilarious. These are among the most memorable and fun, hilarious characters, side characters ever. I love this book so much. And after, I mean, I read it, I think, in the span of 2 days. So yeah, I adore it. And the narrators, you have two narrators, one for Mercy and one for Hart in the audiobook, and I enjoyed it so much. The audiobook was a chef's kiss, so highly recommend. And did I say the sale was next Monday? No, the sale was this Monday, and I already pre-ordered the second book. So that's why where is my head? I don't know. I already pre-ordered the second book today, and that's why I read this book 2 days ago, because I needed to know if I want to buy the second one or not, because these are absolutely stunning, gorgeous. The stenciled edges are stunning. The inside character art is beautiful. Look at that foiling. I'm showing you the book now. Look at those end papers. This is just one of the most beautiful books done by Fairyloot, and I really wanted to buy the second one, but then I thought, no, I need to see if I love the first one, and I loved it. This was so good. This was so unique, and I cannot wait to continue on with the series and read the second book. Okay, this is done. What I picked up this morning is The Curse of Saints by Kate Dramis. This is an adult romantasy, and this was on my May TBR, so we are good. And also I decided to read this because the sale for the second book from Fairyloot is also this May, is happening this May, I think next week or like 2 weeks from now. But yeah, I need to read this, and I'm on chapter 5, I believe. Yes, I'm on chapter 5, and I'm loving the writing style. I'm really liking the story. It opened up with a fighting scene, which is something I love with romantasies. I love when we open up with showing what the characters are capable of, or showing like their true personality, their true self. I loved it. And in this book, we follow Aya. Aya is the spy master of the queen, and they also call her the queen's eyes, I think. Yes. And she's the queen's third. Their queen has basically chosen 3 people, the most trusted and the strongest people. They are called Tria. So she has her first, her second, and her third. Her first is Aya's best friend. Her name is Tova. She's the general. The second is Will. He's the enforcer. And he and Aya are like not on the best terms ever. They despise each other. And he's always like trying to get on her nerves and like trying to make her angry in some way. And I love that dynamic so much. And these people, they have certain magic. They are called Visya, and Visya are people who have certain gifts from the gods. They can like manipulate your thoughts like Aya does, or they can be extra strong, or they can have an affinity to certain elements. So they have special gifts. And the Visaya form the Daiminera, I think they are called, which is like the army that has those special powers. And of course, to be a part of this Daiminera group, you have to go through these very hard trials, and it is not something given to everyone who possesses power. So yeah, and I thought Aya's character, I loved her. I thought she was like very cunning and strong and smart, and I just loved the opening of this book and how we open with her friendship with Tova and a little bit of the history between her and Will, so we know why they hate each other, why she hates him. We didn't get his side on that story, but we got why she despises him, why she does not stand him. And we also got to see the beginning of the conflict between this kingdom, the kingdom of Tala, where Aya is, and another kingdom, Keikos and Tahira. I love the map. The map is so beautiful, and also it made it so easy when they are talking about the kingdoms and like the conflicts and everything that happened. It is so easy to follow. And also what I found refreshing about this book is that we have a lot of new words when the book begins, and new terms and like world building, of course, but like the list in the beginning of the book, this list here, it's like the list of the Six of Crows books, when you got all the like magical people, what they mean, the titles and what they mean. So you have the names, and you have like our protagonist, she's a Percy, and what that means is that she have persuasion affinity. And in addition to that, the author reminds us every time there is a word of these that appears on the page, she explains what that means. So I loved that so much. I didn't feel lost. I didn't feel like I had to look around to find the information. So yeah, it was just very easy to follow, and I loved how we got world building. We got some new names, of course, and everything, but it didn't feel like info dumpy, and it didn't feel heavy, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far, and I hope we get some exciting romance and action. I will continue reading this and update you guys once I've read more. And yeah, see you soon. Bye. Hello, beautiful besties. So today is another day. Today is Tuesday, and since I have read quite a bit of The Curse of Saints, I decided to give you my thoughts, my feelings about what I've read, and I'm enjoying this. I have to say, I'm enjoying my ride. I'm more than halfway through, and I enjoy this more than I thought I would. And I'm so happy about that. I love when I have low expectations and I get surprised. I'm very much attached to these characters, and now I feel like I'm a part of the story and I want to know what's going to happen. And yeah, I'm enjoying my ride with this one so much. Okay, first of all, the action. I loved the action from the beginning. It is something that I feel like more authors should do to just grab the attention of the reader, because it can be tedious when you are building a world from the first page when we are not that interested. Personally, I'm talking about myself. I am not that interested in knowing what the world looks like and what the characters look like and the dresses and everything from the beginning. I want to get attached to the character in some kind of way. Fear, sadness, action, romance, something. Give me something to grab onto. And this does that. I loved Aya's character from the beginning. I loved how she can be so vicious and how smart she is and how she uses her power. She has the power of persuasion, so she can persuade anyone to do anything she wants, and that's why she's the Queen Spy Master. She's her third, and they call her the Queen's Eye, and she's part of the Queen's Tria. She's part of the 3 people that are closest to the Queen. We have Will, he's the enforcer, and he has the power of manipulating sensations and emotions. And he's the one that interrogates people. And they fear him for that. They call him the Dark Prince of Dunmaiden. Dunmaiden, I think it's the name of the capital of Tala. Yes. And her general, her name is Tova. Tova is Aya's best friend. And Tova can control fire. She can conjure fire and control fire, and she's the general. And all of them are Visya. Visya in this world are people who are gifted by the gods with powers. And in this kingdom, they joined this force called the Daimanyara, and they are basically the warriors that will protect this kingdom, the kingdom of Tala, because it's the original kingdom where this power came from in the beginning. And something that is so cool, every Visya has a bonded, and the bonded is a sacred wolf. They call them Atharis, and these wolves are protected or are immune to the Visya's power. They don't know, they are not sure if they have a power that protects them or if they are immune to the Visya's powers. But every Visya, like Aya, she can talk to her bonded, and she can feel his feelings, and also they understand each other. And of course, these wolves are seen as sacred, and also they are kin to the Visya. They are equals to them, and both of them are tasked to protect the kingdom of Tala. And yeah, I love that bond between the Visya and the wolves, and I thought it was so cool. And now we see Aya and Will, they travel to another kingdom, because I'm not going to mention anything that is not already in the synopsis, but there is dark magic that starts to rise in the kingdom south of Tala. And the queen, her name is Gianna, she sends Will and Aya to ask a neighbor kingdom, well, not a neighbor, they are across the sea. It took them 2 weeks to get there, so not very neighbors, but she wants to interrogate them about what's going on, and she wants their help, basically, because they are the strongest kingdom. And the kingdom is exactly, I'm imagining this kingdom exactly like the summer court of Prithian in A Court of Thorns and Roses. And it's so beautiful. The descriptions, everything is so beautiful. And we get introduced, of course, to other characters, and we get another POV. So this book, I forgot to tell you, this book is a multiple POV. It added so much to the richness of the dialogue, and we get to follow not only Aya, but we get to follow multiple people, which I thought was so cool. So you don't feel bored to be in her head the whole time. But it's not like I'm bored when I'm in her head. No, not at all. But like, it makes it so much more interesting, if you know what I mean. When they interact and you know where each person is coming from, it is so good. And I'm also loving the interactions between Aya and Will. And also, I am loving how Aya really despises Will from the beginning of the book. And we don't see why until a little bit later. And Will, we still don't know. Now we started to see his point of view, but I'm not going to mention anything about that. But from the beginning, we don't see a lot how he thinks, what he thinks about her, but he's always trying to get on her nerves. He's always trying to make her angry and always trying to get certain reactions from her. And I love that so much. I love their bickering and back and forth. And I love that we still are getting that very slow burn. And yeah, like we are still building that trust, because Will also is very suspicious of her, and there are still a lot of things happening. At the same time, I feel like there is the perfect balance between the politics, the scheming, the romance, the friendships that are blooming now, and everything else. And also the main plot, which is trying to figure out what the other people are doing because they want to bring the darker powers back. There is a certain balance that I'm enjoying so much. We don't get a lot of something, like, for example, sometimes when it is too heavy on the politics, it becomes a little bit too much and boring, but we get a little bit of everything, and the action is always there. I'm in love with the pacing of the book. The pacing is so good. I'm really enjoying this so much. So yeah, highly recommend. Till now, where I'm at right now, highly recommend. And yeah, I will update you soon once maybe I'm more towards the end, or once I finish the book, I don't know. So yeah, I will see you in my next update. Bye. Okay, you guys, I just finished The Curse of Saints and I have thoughts. I love this. Oh my God, I love this so much. It is so good. I love the story. I love the pacing. You don't get bored at all. There is always some plotting or some action happening or some mystery that we are trying to uncover. I love this. And like the different relationships, the different kingdoms clashing, the plotting, the mystery element in this. I loved it so much, because we are trying to figure out something along with Aya. So it is so good. I thought that it is rich in every element. Everything was there, and that kept me going and turning the pages and wanting to know what's going to happen next. And the twists, not the twist, the twists at the end of the book, oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. Not just at the end, it's like toward the 150 pages. They kept coming and they keep you intrigued, and I'm obsessed with this book. I'm loving it so much. The romance, I loved the slow pacing. I loved that nothing was rushed in this book. Everything took its time. The friendships, the romance, all the relationships took time to build, and the end result was so good. I love this so much. I cannot wait to pick up book 2. I mean, it ends, it's not a big cliffhanger, but we are in the beginning of a new thing and we want to know what's going to happen next. And now I feel like I'm attached to these characters and I want to know what's going to happen to them. Will and Aya have the most lovable, morally gray characters ever. I loved how, I don't want to say anything, but the fierceness and the cunning and the love and the secrets that we uncover afterwards from his part. Yes. This is everything that I want in a romantic fantasy. I mean, we have romance, but I don't think that it is a romantasy, but we have enough fantasy in it. You have enough plot and world building and all the characters, the side characters, I love them. Everything is so well written. I love the plot that even if you take out the romance, you will still want to see what's going to happen in this realm, to these kingdoms. So yeah, I love the saints and the gods and the lore, the magic system. I enjoyed this so much. I'm so happy that I decided to pick this up and I highly recommend it. If you want a fantasy romance with an original plot and characters to die for, pick this up. You will love it. Okay, that's The Curse of Saints. Done. And now I'm thinking about picking up Bride. I thought about maybe I want to pick up A Tempest of Tea because I want to read that book so much. I'm anticipating that read, but I thought, no, I will take a break from fantasy because I want to just feel all the feels when I read that book. So, and this was a great read. So I want to think about what I have just read a little bit. So I think I'm going to pick up Bride. And once I finish Bride, I will probably pick up A Tempest of Tea. And yeah, some of you already read this and said that they enjoyed it so much. So I hope I love it too. I really want to love this book. So yeah, let's start reading Bride. Oh my God, I want to read you the letter from Ali Hazelwood that we have bound into the book. Dear Owl Crate Reader, I have been biding my time for the past 3 years. I've done the safe things, writing STEM rom-coms in which no one sucks their boyfriend's blood. But now my time has come. Bride is my first paranormal romance, the story of a vampire, a were, and an arranged marriage. Hope you enjoy it. This is what I said when I was unboxing the book. I heard her talking that this is what she really truly wants to write about. This is her jam. This is what she loves. And that's why I was so excited to pick up this book, because when you love something, you will give it your best shot and you will excel in it because you just love what you do. And that's why I'm really excited to read this book. I want to see the amount of love and passion that went into making this book. And I'm 100% sure that I'm going to love it. I hope I do. I really hope I do. And I love the first sentence in the prologue right here. This marriage is going to be a problem. She is going to be a problem. I'm so excited! All right, so I am 65 pages in Bride and I'm enjoying it so much. It is so hilarious. I love our protagonist, Misery. She's so... Yes, her name is Misery. I was laughing out loud. Her name is Misery. And I was laughing at a comment from a councilman. He was like, do your parents hate you to have given you that name? And she was like, no, it's not my parents who decide. And it's like the Council of Vampires. I love the dialogue. It is so hilarious. And I love Misery. She's fierce, she's opinionated, and she's just not scared to stand up for herself. And like the world, so in this world, we live with humans. We humans live with werewolves and vampires, and we have borders between us. And the relationship is adversarial for a long time. They live in truth, but it's so delicate because of a history of stuff that happened in the past, especially between vampires and werewolves. But now vampires and humans have this kind of program. They trade children, they call them collaterals, when they are, I think, 7 or 8, something like that. They trade, no, when they are 10, and they live in the other world for 7 or 10 years. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So Misery was the collateral for the vampires. She went to the human world to grow up there. And there was, of course, a human girl who was sent in her place. And the children, they have to be children of people that are influential in politics, people who make decisions, because that's what would guarantee that no one will do anything stupid to the other part, if that makes sense. And vampires and werewolves, they used to marry each other, like the head of vampire, the alpha, and a daughter of the vampire council, or like from the vampire council. They marry each other to keep truce, but it didn't happen since the last time. I think it was, they said like 5 centuries ago or something like that. when there was like a bloodbath during the ceremony. So they stopped doing that. And now there is no war between them, but they hate each other. So yeah, and we follow Misery. When she came back from the human world, she feels like she does not belong to the human world, and she does not quite belong to the vampire world. She made a friend, a human friend. Her name is Serena, and like we see the dialogue in the beginning between her and Misery when they started to get to know each other when they were children, and it's so hilarious, like, because the cliches that we know about vampires, that they hate the sun could kill them, they turn into they turn into bats, they hate garlic, stuff like that. And Misery was answering her questions, and it was so hilarious. I'm in love with this book. And the opening, we open with the marriage. We open with Misery is going to get married to Lo. His name is Lo. He's the alpha. And they didn't know each other before the marriage ceremony. Like, the first time she saw him was during their marriage. Same goes for him too. And now she's getting to know the place. Now we see her. We see why she accepted to marry him, because at first when her father said that she has to marry him, her father is like a high member of the Council of Vampires. She was absolutely not. I was already a collateral like 10 years ago, and now you want to do this to me again? She was like, are you unhinged? And yeah, and now we see her in the house in the werewolves world. We got a flashback of why she accepted to marry Lo, and now we see her in that house, and there is a member of Lo's people that are in the house, and now we follow her around as she gets introduced to the house and the rules and everything, and it's so fun. I'm really enjoying this. The humor is so good. The banter is so good, and I felt like the world is like ours exactly, so there is not a lot of word building or stuff like that. It was just so easy to get into. I'm enjoying the pacing of this book so much. The banter is hilarious. The pacing, as I said, we start the book with the marriage from the beginning, no introductions whatsoever, and then you get some flashbacks. I love that so much. And yeah, I'm loving this. I'm enjoying it so much. I'm only 65 pages in, as I said, but until now, very good. I'm having so much fun with it. Okay, you guys, I finished this, and guess what? I loved it so much. This was so good. It was the sweetest slow burn ever, and I loved how Misery was clueless to Lois' attraction to her, if you know the scent thing, if you know what I mean. And I loved Misery's character overall. She has a hilarious self-deprecating humor that cracks me up every single time, and her inner dialogue was so funny and hilarious. I loved her. I loved her character so much. I felt bad for her a lot. I mean, her family sucks, and by her family I mean her father. I hate her father, but she is so hilarious. I loved her, how she finds humor in like bad situations. I loved her so much. And Anna has my whole heart. She's the cutest 7-year-old ever. Anna is Lois' little sister. She's 7-year-old, and she's so cute. She made the book so fun and light and wholesome, and I loved her character so much. And I loved her interactions with Misery when she first met her, and how it was so much fun, and how it impacted Misery's feelings and how she felt toward her and toward everyone else. I loved those interactions so much. I was looking forward so they can meet again in the story, so I can read their dialogue. It just brought a smile to my face every time both of them were interacting on the page. It was so well written, so well done. The dialogue between them was a chef's kiss. And of course, Lois' character, I adored him. He's so overprotective of the people he cares about, and he's so affectionate, and he was also very understanding toward Misery, and like He tried to make her feel as comfortable as he can, and like it was just so heartwarming. I couldn't put it down. I started this book yesterday when I first talked to you about it, and today is Thursday and I finished it, so I read it in less than 2 days, I would say. And yeah, it was unputdownable. It was fun, romantic, light, with a heartwarming found family and some of the most lovable side characters ever. The interactions, the banter was so good in this book overall. Please let there be a second part, because this was so good. This is a 5 stars for me, and I'm very happy that I picked it up this month, because a lot of people are talking about it, and as I said, some are loving this and some are not, and I am very happy to report that this has my heart now. And yeah, I'm very happy with this read. And now that I finished this, I think the next book is going to be A Tempest of Tea. And yeah, I will read some of that book and let you guys know what I think about it. I will see you in a bit. Bye! Okay, hey guys. I started A Tempest of Tea and I am now on chapter 11, page 98. And I'm loving it. This far, I am loving it so much. I'm having a great reading week this week. In this book, we follow Arthi. We don't just follow her, but I say that because she's the head of the group, but it is a multi-POV, which made it so interesting and such a page turner. Arthi came to the Empire of Eternia when she was a child after they colonized her country. Her country is an island. They came and colonized them. And as colonizers do, a lot of people got killed and they took over their riches. So she came to Eternia, and that's why we have, when she was a child, we don't know a lot about the travel, but we only know that she suffered to come to Eternia. And that's why we have the recurrence of the word vengeance in the story. She has this vengeance and hunger for vengeance since she was a child. She didn't forget, and of course that's completely understandable that a person cannot forget such atrocities. And she's like, she wants to spread chaos and she wants to have vengeance for all the injustices that they went through, her and her family and her people and her country. So from the beginning, we feel the anger that she grew up with and fed it since she was a child. And she became this cunning, smart young lady, and I love her so much. And then she met Jin. Jin comes from a rich family in Eternia, and she met him, I'm not going to mention any circumstances, but she met him when she was a child and she saved him. And since then they became like siblings. They are like a brother and a sister, and they are like inseparable. And now we follow them as they are the proud owners of the prestigious tea room called Spindrift, which is a tea room by day, but a bloodhouse that caters to vampire by night, which is so cool. When in the beginning of the book, they introduce you to Spindrift and how it shifts during the night. It was so cool. Like, I could imagine it as a movie in my head. It was so cool. And a thing that we need to know about this empire is that Eternia is ruled by a masked monarch. So no one knows who this person is, and the monarch is appointed by the council, and no one knows why they choose him, how they choose him, the process behind choosing that person. No one knows that. And that person holds all the power to rule Eternia and the other colonies of the empire. And the new monarch that they assign is called the Ram. And he has like this mask, he or she, we don't know, this mask with horns. And what they noticed since the Ram began ruling is that a lot of vampires began to disappear, and also a lot of the horned guards, they call them, started doing those regular raids on Spindrift because he's suspicious of their activity and they want to catch them with the illegal activities at night, of course, because that's illegal. So Arthi and Jin already know that they somehow caught the attention of the Ram, but also now, in the beginning of the book, of course, they get the information that the Ram is going to be the new proprietor of their building, and of course they feel that it will end Spindrift. And Arthi and Jin are not going to take anything of that. They are not going to go away without a fight. For them, Spindrift is not only a tea room, it symbolizes their family, it symbolizes their vengeance, their friendship, everything. So for them, it's not only a business, it's their whole life. And it is how they express their anger, you can say, about what is happening, about the system, because both of them hate Etinia. And also we have the theme of chaos. Arthi wants to spread chaos in this empire with all the secrets that she gathered in her tea room and in her blood house. So yeah, with that information, this story starts from there, and they want to assemble this crew. And now we are beginning to follow that process, and I'm so invested in the story right now. I love the characters so much. From the first chapters, you get to feel for them. I loved how we get their inner emotions and thoughts, and that's why I felt like the connection with them happened so fast. I really care for them and I want them to succeed, and I love a heist plot. I said it before, found family. Now everyone that works in this tea house in Spindrift are called Casimirs. Casimir is the last name of Arthi, and most of them are orphans, and they are like a family, and I love that so much. And now we are going to assemble the crew from different people, from different backgrounds, and it is so cool. The banter is there, the action is there. You feel like you just want to continue reading the story. You want to know what's going to happen next. So yeah, I'm totally intrigued and I cannot wait to continue on reading this book. He was like, firstly, no. Secondly, absolutely not. Especially not if the Ram is involved. I love this. I am in love with this book. We are getting serious Six of Crows vibes. Serious Six of Crows vibes. Ah, I'm so happy. Six of Crows plus a cat. We are getting a kitten. So cute. A cute kitten. And the banter. Oh. Arthi was like, he's a horn guard and that's his unnamed kitten because he's one of those monsters who doesn't name his pets. Oh, I love them already. Oh my god. Flick was like, what will I receive in return? And Arthi was like, excitement. Now sit down. Too good. The banter is too good. I'm going to miss our chats when all of you turn up dead. I'm telling you, you need to read this book. You need to read this book. Hear this. So, in response to him, I'm not going to say any names. In response to a person saying, I'm going to miss our chats when all of you turn up dead, the other one says, you are going to ascertain it never comes to that. And he was like, ascertain? Where did you say he's from again? The dictionary? I'm loving this. I am loving this. Now we get to the plotting part. And it is so good. I love when they sit together and plot. I feel like I'm a part of the heist. It is so exciting. Okay, guys, it's time to wrap up this vlog. It is Sunday and I finished A Tempest of Tea. This is a new favorite. This is a new YA fantasy favorite. It was so well paced. There was non-stop action and the twists at the end, oh my god, they just kept coming. There's a twist that I guessed There is a twist that I suspected, and there was a twist that I didn't see coming, and they were so well done. The revelations, extremely well written. I loved it so, so much. And that ending, the ending was so explosive when we started to get one-page chapters, and with each chapter we changed the POV. The action was at its peak and my adrenaline was at its peak, and I was so excited reading those pages. We got like 70 to 100 pages of pure excitement. I need all the book, all of it was like very well paced. As I said, it was either scheming, plotting, or like forging new relations. There was always something exciting happening, and I loved it for that. And that ending, Hafsah Faizal, you have no right. You have no right. Oh my God. But actually you do. But why? Why? I need book 2 right now. The ending, I was speechless. I was like, what? Rereading, I was rereading the ending. I was just going back and rereading the ending, and my mind was like, what is going on? This was everything I wanted, everything I hoped for. It had found family, it had great banter, it had scheming, and it was filled with action. I loved it. I really highly recommend, if you are looking for a true YA fantasy that will keep you turning the pages, this one is for you. And with this book, I'm going to wrap up the vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching my first weekly reading vlog. Let me know if you want to see more of these. And if you enjoyed the video, subscribe and join the beautiful, amazing community of book besties here. Thank you so much for watching. Go have a great day on purpose, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!